Everybody know that this white wedding come from white people. It's not our culture. Our own culture is that go home, go and see the mother of your wife, your father of your wife, cousins, sister, brothers, auntie, whatever, so that we can meet them. They will tell you things that you need to get married to a woman, not to steal or not to just keep a woman in your house, feed her, and you said she's my wife. It doesn't work like that. Wife is something that you have to go home to go and get married to someone before you can stay with the person, so that if she got missing or she's sick or she died, you can be able to claim and say that this is my wife. But if she's your girlfriend and you are boiling with her and you think that she's your girlfriend, so you can do everything that you want, and you can tell people that, oh, don't worry, this woman is my wife. Wife. We don't say wife when you never pay labola, when you never pay her bride price. It's not wife. That is a girlfriend. So if you are staying with a woman and you never marry her, means that she's your girlfriend. By this issue that we want to treat tonight, is an issue that I can't think far. I don't understand. How can a man get married to you and he says he must go and do a white wedding before you allow him to touch you or to go and stay in his house? Hey, which he has already paid the money to the family, the dowry of the lady. This is a mess. Okay. Doreen seek an advice from us. The advice that she's seeking from us is that her man has paid her bride price full, not half. He has paid full. The man has paid the bride price for her, waiting for. She has already her man has paid her bride price and waiting for a white wedding. She has refused to move into or perform her marital dues, things that she's supposed to do in the house for the man, because the man has already paid. Her husband have already paid the bride price of her. But because of the man never done a white wedding in her church, not family, church. So now she refused to move in. She refused to move to perform her marital dues, her marital duties. She think it's a sin to do that as a Christian. Am I right? Mm-hmm. She's a Christian. She's a Christian, so she refused. If the husband never gets married to her in the church as a white wedding, she saying that she can never do her marital duties. The wedding that they did, she can't perform her marital rights for a man to touch her, to smooth her, to sleep with her, to do whatever that the man have paid that the man's supposed to do, because she's a Christian. But I'm surprised. How can a wedding be an obstacle to marriage? Okay. Friends and sisters, brothers and aunties and uncles on the line, please, we need your advice. This lady, she says she's a Christian, and she has gotten married. As we know that the family are the one who have to get married to a woman, so that the woman can move into the man's house. He has already paid the bride price of her fully, not even quarter or half. Now the woman says she's a Christian, so she wants the man to do a white wedding, to celebrate, buy gown, buy white clothes and veils and everything for her to know that she has gotten married before she can visit the man or move into the man's house to stay with her. So now she doesn't allow the man to, she doesn't allow the man to touch, she doesn't give the man chance to do anything. That man, this question goes to you, and give me a nice answer because you are a woman. In which Bible or which book that they wrote or has been written that a man, when you get married to a woman, as our culture, in our culture, African culture, you have to do a white wedding before she can move in with you because she's a Christian. But when the Christian religion never came, having been in Africa, our foremothers and forefathers, they were getting married as a home, as our culture marriage to our foremothers, even our grandmothers now. Some of them, they married in that way. Why? What is going on in this generation?
It's not easy. It's not easy, Mackenzie. As I understood the lady, the husband or the husband to be, according to her, has already paid for the bride price. They've done the traditional wedding, right? Mm-hmm. And then, according to her belief, she need a white wedding before she can move in, because if she moves in without a white wedding, it's still a sin. I don't know which quotation she's standing on. I don't know which ground she's standing on to start saying if a man pays your bride price, the man is still not married to you. So unless it's a white wedding in the first place, it's whose culture is that? This lady is a black or African woman, right? Yeah. African women, we don't have a white wedding. The name itself shows a white wedding. Mm-hmm. It means it's for the white people. Mm-hmm. The Western world, mm-hmm. they do the white wedding. They don't even spend much, mm-hmm. like the way the Africans, we've just grabbed this culture of theirs and then we just put our own culture aside. Now we are so happy with their culture that we forgot our own culture. There's no, I've been reading the Bible. I don't see any quotation that shows that if you are not married in a church or a white wedding, it means you haven't married. I haven't seen any quotation, unless someone can support me with a quotation. If anyone is watching and they have a quotation that states, or a verse in the Bible that states that if you are not married in the church, it's a sin, you cannot go to heaven or whatever it is, God hasn't blessed you. If you have any verse in the Bible, kindly send to us so I can also read, because this is barbaric. Seriously, how can an African woman whom maybe your parents were not even married in the church, same like our great grand ancestors or whatever they were, Abraham, that we know, that we've read the story, that we said we are all and Abraham's children or Abraham ancestors, whatever. Abraham never did any white wedding. Abraham, whom people think
neither by Moses or David or
Moses never married in the church. You know, Jacob never married in the church. Isaac, that I know, even King Solomon, who was so clever, he never even married in the church. David never married in the church. Like many people that we've heard, you know, like many people, I can't even remember, but I know that in African, our culture, white wedding is not necessary. If you think you want to follow white people, unless you are marrying a white guy and then the guy said, okay, I'm going to marry in my church, that one is fine. But most of us Africans, the most important of marriage is by the husband paying your bride price. You know, the husband coming to see the family of the woman and then paid whatever the dowry of that woman. That is called a remarriage. So if you think you are going to church, or you are a church member, or you are a Christian, or whatever you call yourself, and then you think because you are in the church, you don't need the traditional marriage, and you feel it's a sin, I don't see any sin in this. I don't know her pastor.
Which kind of a church is that?
You know, which pastor will advise a lady if, let's say, she doesn't know and she thinks it's a sin to do that? She has a pastor. So why must a pastor not advise the lady that no, it's better if you marry the traditional way, like our culture? That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's meant. Not like the white wedding, somebody's culture. Now you're grabbing it saying if you don't do that white person's culture, it's a sin. Why? Is it the white person who is going to judge you at the end of the world? Or is it the white person who is God now? You know, people are making things so complicated to the creator. You know, people are depending on the white people I'm sorry to mention white people, but most of the Christian, they think white people are like most of the white. They think they're the angels, like special, you know. So everything they bring to Africa, they must grab it.
And be happy with it. You know, this is sad. You know, this is sad. Means that we African ourselves, we don't like ourselves because especially women, African women, everything on them is fake. Their eyelashes, their hair pieces, their what do you call the pawns that they put in their faces, their clothes, their ribbons, everything about African women, even their nails are fake because they buy these fake things and wear them. They buy this fake hair piece calling Brazilian hair, Peruvian hair, and what. Even Chinese hair to put it on their hair, and Indians, which even Indian people will never take black people hair and put it on their head. So why is it that you want white culture? You want? How are you going to be like to differentiate this that African culture, we are trying to throw our African culture away gradually by Christianity, gradually by friendship, by marriage, by relationship. Some of the people, when you get married to them, especially when you are black and you get married to a white person, you must know they will treat you as white, or if you are white and you get married to a black, they will treat you as black. So this kind of a thing is going on every day, every night. Why? How is it that only pastor can be the evidence of your marriage, saying that I have to do a white wedding before I can do my marital rights in my house? Which, when you get married, finish in the church, pastor will never advise you again to ask you whether what is going on in your house or what is happening in that house, whether you have food to eat, whether you have kids, what is going on there. Are you? How do you pay your rent? No, those pastor will never ask you. They will never ask you. Even at the end of the year, pastor will not ask you that, what did you buy for your husband or what did you buy for your wife? He will never say that. But mostly, people believe in everything that the church says, whether it's wrong or truth. They don't even check. They don't even check and see whether what this person is saying, whether it's true or not. But we believe it. We believe all these things. So our African culture has been like getting slow to abolish, so that we will go and use a white man's culture, because the white man's culture is dominating in every land right now as I'm talking to you. Abolishing our African culture, we are taking it out from the system, because our forefathers that we met, or let's take the grandfathers that we met before we were born and after we came to life and we become children, there are people that they get married at home. You see someone that you love, the family have to go to the other house to go and ask of your hand in marriage, whether you are disabled or you are blind or maybe something is not going right. They give you a chance to do whatever that you want, so that as far as love is involved, because what is important there in marriage is the love and caring about each other. It's not about, because of the white wedding, you have to by force, you have to do a white wedding, or by force you have to marry me by force in the church. That is not by force, because even the church marriage in the church is very expensive than the one that we do at home. Am I right or wrong? Yeah. Because doing marriage in a church, you need a lot of people to come and support you, and you need a lot of people refreshment and all those things, and cars that you have to use for the wedding, clothing, and a lot of things are involved, which is very expensive. After marriage, after getting married, what is ahead of you is bigger than what you did, because now medication, food, rent, if you never build, rent, and taking care of the kids and all those things are involved. So that money that you are going to waste it on wedding, that you are forcing your husband to wed you before you can be able to stay with him. That money, why can't he use that money at least to invest in something for you, so that you can be able to feed the family? yourself and he, than telling him by force he must go and wed you. How? This is what I don't understand.
She says she needs advice. She doesn't know what to do. She thinks it's a sin. So, to me, this is not a matter of advice or whatever. If she thinks, well, if she doesn't do white wedding, it's a sin. To me, it's not a sin. There's no verse in the Bible that states that if a man marries you from home without a white wedding, it's a sin. There's no verse, unless her pastor can give her some verses. You know, it's good for a pastor to pray over your marriage for you. You know, but the pastor can do it in the house. When she was doing her traditional marriage, right? The pastor could have gone there to bless the marriage. That's all. It's not necessary for her for them to do white wedding before she knows that she's married. Huh? How possible is that? Why must you grab somebody's culture and then you think your culture is nothing, but another person's culture is so beautiful? And
yeah, that's the black people. That's the black people thing.
So it's like,
because even women, their hair they don't want.
Yeah,
they want
as
uniform.
As the Africans, we are making like our culture like it's nothing, it's useless. Meanwhile, we grabbing
fake
other people's
nails,
culture so beautifully,
eyelashes.
And then now some Christians even think white people are the
I want a white nose. Some people go for pedicure to spend almost about $100 and something, $200, $300 just to be like a white person. Are you a Michael Jackson? Even Michael Jackson, that he wants to pretend as a white person, he's dead and gone. Cancer killed him because he is a pretender. You are a black person. Why can't you stay as a black person?
We must really appreciate what we have.
Yes, because our color is very beautiful. But some of us, we don't want. That's the reason why some of the women are busy pumping their boobs and their breast bags and whatever, doing all sort of surgeries. And then after they finish, they'll come to the internet, start crying that my surgery didn't go well. I'm dying, I'm having this problem, I need support, I need prayers. But please support us with your stars, with your gift, because if you don't do that, we can't be able to continue this program all the time. Please, guys that you are watching us, listen to us, please try to send your gift, try to send something to support us so that we can be able, if it's advert or anything, just help, just support, so that we can come to you guys every day when someone have a problem, so that all of us can put our head together and solve the problem for the people. So no matter whatever that we have is good. Whether it's 1 cent or 2 cents or 3 cents or 5 cents or $1, $2, it's okay. We just to support, so that every day this program can happen, so that we can have something to listen to. So now, my advice right now for her is that money that she wants the husband to spend on that wedding, for her to be like, so because I think she wants a portrait that they will put her picture in there. So that whenever you are coming to the house, you see that, I was wet. The wedding is not a problem. Taking care of the family is where the problem is. So my advice for her is that she have to stop thinking about this wedding, that if she's a Christian, everyone is a Christian. No one has opened your heart to see whether you are a good Christian or a bad Christian. Maybe this guy can do this wedding and at the end of the day, you start fighting with him. Or every day you'll be angry in the house, or you don't even give him what moraled him, what give him power to get married to you. That thing that by the corner there at night when they are trying to push the leg, or they are trying to say, baby, please can you give me something? And he said, hey, I'm tired, and this and that. You see, maybe you're not even going to do that, but you want him to spend this money for nothing. And mostly some of the houses that we come from, this African culture, this witchcraft of African, some magicians, these African magicians at night. You even finish the white wedding and then the marriage will just collapse. What of that? Yeah. Have you think about that?
Yeah,
as you are dragging this now, because that you are dragging it, that the man must do it by force. And this witchcraft of our land, they are always one disgrace. So this white wedding can go on and you'll be happy, and at the end of the day, what is the next? So if African people, we blacks, we can think about ourselves and keep that money that we spend on wedding for investment for our children, I think that is the best way. That is the best way. If we can stop this wedding thing this white wedding thing, that money that we are involving in white wedding, the money we spent on white wedding is more expensive. That money can build. How can you do a white wedding how can you and your spouse that you know each other very well call people to come and eat, drink, and you still give them gift to go home? And how much are you losing? Instead of you to invest that money into businesses, invest that money into something else, that because the children that they are coming out from that family need to be to look after. So that money that you are going to waste it, to me, the best way is for you to take that money that you are going to spend on wedding to invest in something. That is my advice for you.
Yeah, so anyone can join this program and then leave your comments. You can call and join the program and then tell us what you think about this. It's like the man or the husband to be has already paid her bride price, like the labola or any name that we Africans we call it. The husband has already paid, but she still stays with her parents. She has never moved to the husband's house because she's waiting for a white wedding, for a pastor to bless her in the church before she can move to the husband's house. The lady is very lucky, seriously, because some men cannot tolerate that. And then by the time she realized, the man will have already married another woman who is willing, who is ready to move in after paying the bride price. You know, how can you just say a man has already paid your bride price, but still you think it's a sin to wash his clothes, cook for him, sleep with him, do everything that a wife should do to the husband? You see, you think it's wrong because you haven't done the white wedding. What is white wedding? It's somebody's culture. So your culture plus somebody's culture is what you think is the right thing. No, it's wrong. You know, our culture is perfect. Our culture is the one God even appreciates. Our culture is what God really likes. You know, white people, they also have their own culture, which is when they go to the church, they wear white dresses. As we don't wear white dresses for our marriage, but now every woman needs white dresses before she thinks she's married. Some men do not like that, but for the sake of the marriage, he will just do it, and then once you come back to the house, then you know the real person that you've married to. That's why these days most marriages are not lasting long. People, you see, when you go to the courts, wherever you go, you see divorces. It's increasing each and every day. All these things are part of it. You know, all these things are part of the reason why relationships are not lasting any longer. Our great-grandparents, they married for so many years, they stayed for long, they don't even remember how many years, but still they are happy together because they don't spend much on marriage. You know, before you get married, the man will just come to the lady's family, ask for the hand in marriage. They'll bring some things, like normal things, not paying too much. But these days, they pay as if they are selling the woman to the man. Yeah. And then on top of it is the man who's going to take care of the woman, the children. And then some men borrow money and then later they cannot pay. They go on depression. Some die young because of all these marriage issues. It's not right. If a man has already paid you've done a traditional marriage, what else do you want? It's your culture. It's your culture. Church is different. We can send our own culture to the churches. You know, the church is not for the white people only. You know, the church is for everybody who believe in the Creator and the Son. But now we are making it as if white people, we have to worship the white people. God is a white person. That's everything. We need the white people's blessing. We have to take white people's culture. It's not right. Africans, we must rise up, especially the women. Things are happening too much, which is not right. This woman, what she's talking about is
something
not
that
necessary.
It's not necessary.
Seriously.
Even for her to think about this and write
she must immediately move to the husband's house because she's already married. If she doesn't do it and the man, by the time she realized the man will marry another woman, it's her own fault. This is not a problem. This is not the situation. Some people are having big issues and then you call this an issue. It's wrong. You cannot call this an issue at all. This is nothing. A man has already paid your labola. He has already paid your bride price. What else do you want? White wedding. She doesn't have the money. And then these days, white weddings, you see the queue. Many people queue on the white weddings. They'll give you next year December dates because many people are doing white wedding. Where is our culture? Africans, where are the cultures that we also have? We must also appreciate our culture.
We don't want.
We must be happy.
We don't want.
When we traditionally get married, it's the best.
We don't want.
You know, a pastor, maybe a pastor is not all white. Not all white people are pastors, you know. So you are waiting for a black pastor to bless your white wedding. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. So she must think twice. She mustn't say she's not married. She's really married. And the most annoying part is she's even wearing an engagement ring and she call it engagement. She's not married. She's just engaged. After this man paying everything.
How do you call engage? In African culture.
In African culture.
No, as far as the family has allowed the guy to pay the bride price means that she's a wife already.
Yeah, she's a wife.
Because a country like Nigeria, Nigeria, they prefer the what do you call the African culture to marry you from home, from your mother's house.
Nigerians prefer white wedding these days more than traditional wedding. Nigerians, when let's say they pay the bride price, they still must stay with their parents until they do the white wedding. Seriously, some in South Africa, some people do labola, that's all. They do the traditional, all this stuff.
Yeah, because they understand African culture.
Yeah.
Because everything, they do it in African way. In South Africa, that's how it's happening.
Yes.
Even when you go to Mozambique and Botswana, all the African countries, some of them, that's their culture.
Yeah.
Whenever you go home to pay the bride price and all over, the things that you need to do is what they need. The other ones, it's a choice if you want it.
Yes.
It's your own choice.
It's your own choice.
Or maybe you want to sign up in court. That is your own problem. But even why did people go to court to go and sign marriage? Because the court is what? Is the witness?
Yeah, it's like it's trust issue. People are having trust issue.
So if you don't trust someone, how do you marry the person?
That's the problem too. You see, some people trust
you are going to stay with someone for so many years that you don't trust, and then you and your husband you get married, and then each of you eyes are going to one close and one open.
Yeah, that's why these days, even when you are even filling some form, they will ask you, is it marriage under property or like separate marriage? It's like these days there are so many types of marriages now. Before it wasn't like that, but these days there are so many different kinds of marriage under properties, marriage under your father,
and what?
marriage under your auntie.
I don't understand.
Seriously, guys, we have to open our eyes. You know, we have to appreciate. We have to grab our own culture.
So when is it Africa going to be free from this mental slavery, from our own thinking? Because this is our own thinking.
No one is forcing you.
Putting gun on your head.
Pressure on ourselves.
Or anyone. No one is putting pressure on you to go and do this or to go and do that. It's our own problem that we are doing this. When is Africa going to stop all these things that African is doing all the time? We don't like African. We don't like ourselves. We don't like anything that concerns African people. What we like is Western world. Everything we want to take it from them, but all the things that they have, they got it here from Africa. So all these things that they're doing, they are just doing this to confuse us, so that we can be confused and then follow them. And we are still following them every day, every night.
Yeah.
They never even call us. You are the one who is going there to tell them they must put the rope in our neck right now. Before then, they said slavery. They came to Africa and forced people to take them to overseas.
Good.
Which it was forced. But now we are the one who is putting that pressure on our own self to go and tell them that they must put the rope on our neck and drag us into their country. Which they don't even like us there. They don't want us there. Why are we doing this to ourselves, Africans? Why? Why we don't? Some of African women, they don't like their hair, they don't like their face, they don't like their nails, they don't like their hair, they don't like anything about them. Everything on now African youth, African girls is fake. Everything, eyelashes, hair, nails, from their head to toe is fake. And now African women, before African women, you know, there's a story that came on Facebook. A lady got married to a man, and then, you know, before you get married, the way they will dress you and beautify you, you will be changed. So after the marriage, then the woman wash her face. Oh, yo. You can see a ghost. Because they fix the new hair, they fix the new nails, they fix your face, they brush your face, and then they give you a new look. And then after the wedding, you have to wash all these things away. And when you wash them, you become natural as you are. You know, a friend of mine that is a pastor says something that if you want to see, if you want to get married, you must wait when it's a rainy season.
Then you get married.
Because when the rain beat women, you will see their red face. So their red face. So some of the women, you see their red face. You see. So what I'm trying to say here is that African women have to love what they have, what they really have. They must love it, because you see, we see people that they are doing these boobs, they are doing their bums, surgery of their bums and their breasts. Have you seen any white person? Even when a white person does that, they know that person is mentally not all right. He's mentally, you know, it's like somebody saying that I'm a man but I'm a woman. It doesn't make sense. That is the same thing like you are a woman and you want to pump your breast, you want to pump your barbs, and you want to look sexy for a man. For how long? For how long? Because women, like, they are like a flower. When you give birth, 1, 2, 3, all these things that you are seeing, it will go away, it will wash away. And then let's talk about when you are about 50 or 60 years. Will you be still pumping your breast and pumping your bums? From where? You see, so African people, when are we going to like ourselves? When are we going to like our own body? You see this body, this black body of ours is very beautiful. Which people, even white people, are cherishing our color because they want it. That is why they call us, sometimes they call us that with other names. Like for African people, they come from this, they come from that, what. Because of that. You see, because our color and our body is so nice. So we have to love this color of ours than taking other cultures, than taking things that doesn't belong to us. Because if you go and buy fake hair and you put it, no matter it is not going to stay on your hair. It's not going to stay on your head for the whole year. You pull it out at night when you finish brushing outside, going up and down. It's not that you go and wash.
Yeah.
And after washing, cleansing. After cleansing, that your red face. This is my red face. Then your red face will come out. Then we will see who are you. So are you a red person or you are fake? That's what I want to know. Because many people changing their colors from black to white. Why they don't change from black to Chinese or Indian? They don't do that.
No.
You see, I saw one video that one white lady is trying to be a black person. And she did. But now our skin is different. You know, our character is different. Even this, our hair is different. God make us very special, make human being very special. Every human being very special. So why is it that you want only your own to be different? So you want to tell God that God didn't create you well? Mugabe said something. President Mugabe of Zimbabwe. He said, a woman can take a braid, like a blade stick, remove all her hair, remove her eyelashes, and buy fake ones and put it. How can you put a fake eyelashes? Which you know, if it's raining, it's going to come out. Or you wash your face, it will be out. So we are spending money, material things that is not wealthy. It's not. We are spending money for people to be rich, which our own self, we don't have that money. So when are we going to advise ourselves, African people? So this is the program. Please send your comment and like the program and share. And please don't forget about your gift. Try to send some gift so that we can be able to continue this program. People that they love us, the people that they support us, the crew, the team Joyce Peterson TV. Try as much you can and send your gift so that we can be able to bring this program all the time, because there's a lot of people that they have this kind of cases that they want to share. So if your own is in here, so that you can take your advice for yourself than killing yourself in the room, hiding yourself, because we will be here all the time for you to hear good news and something that you are going to be happy with from our side. So please, whenever that you come to us, come with your gift. Not even any small thing is fine. Any small thing that you can bring. As far as it's a gift, we appreciate everything that you do. Thank you very much. But actually, in my heart, what I want you to give me your last words on this.
Yeah, as I said earlier on, what this woman wants, it's not necessary. You know, she's married. So my advice to her is she must put it in her mind that she's already married. She must go move to the husband's house before it's too late.
And the family, what are they saying about it? Because she didn't talk about anything about the family.
Because it's like the family are in support of what her decision. You know, these days most families, they also want white wedding, like big wedding, so that they'll say, hey, this Mr. So and so's daughter is getting married. You know, every they've rejected what the man did. They've rejected the traditional marriage that he did. Yeah. You know, the traditional marriage that's very, important. They've forgotten about it. Now they want someone's culture to be the most important. You know, so our advice, if she thinks she got the money, right? She got the money to do the white wedding. It's up to her. She must spend the money and then do the white wedding herself. But if the man doesn't have that money to do the white wedding, she must accept it. But in the meantime, she must right now move to the husband's house before it's too late, because these days it's difficult to get responsible
when we are there, people want to kick you out.
You know, it's difficult to get responsible men to marry you, rather than you staying at your parents' house waiting for white wedding before you move into the husband's house. By the time she realized the husband, because what is the husband gonna do every night? Who is gonna cook for the husband? Who is gonna wash clothes? You know, it's difficult. She's even lucky.
Who's gonna touch?
You see, she's lucky that the husband even got a heart to wait for her until that time. Huh? A man spends so much money on getting married to you. Now you're telling the man that he must make a white wedding before you can move to his house. It's like it's a scam. What if the man gets money and then gets married to you, does this white wedding, and after he divorced you?
Is what is a scam?
Yeah, she's making it as if it's a scam. Like she scammed the man, you know, to spend money on her, and then now she said, "I'm not moving in."
Yeah.
It's like it's a scam.
And it's not good.
It's not good. What she doesn't need to think about this. She does not need to think about this. It's the man's right for the woman to move to the husband's house. Yeah. You see, at least the man has a house for you to move in. Yeah. What if the man doesn't even have a place to stay? The man would have moved to your own house.
And then now, after the wedding, who's going to look after each other?
That's what I'm asking. You know?
Yeah, brothers and sisters, let's do the right thing, because the right thing has to be done, because we are African people. We can never change our skin. We can never change our culture. A leopard can never change the skin of the leopard.
Yes.
So please, don't just pass and say that this is not my problem. So I don't think it's going to happen to me. It can happen to you, or something else. Maybe your brother or your cousin will have the same problem, and then you need our assistance for us to assist you. So please just share the program and like it, and let us move forward. And send your gift, please. Your gift. Try to send your gift so that we can be. The gift is not too much. It's not too much expensive. It's just friends. It's just 4 rand, 5 rand. It's just small things. So you can do that. You can do that. I know. I hope that you guys can do that, because to support us with this program, please. So now we are ending the program right now, but we are not out. You can still send your problems into Joyce Peterson TV on Facebook, Joyce Peterson TV on TikTok, Joyce Peterson TV on YouTube, Joyce Peterson TV on Instagram. We are all over. you can send your message to all the platforms, all the social media handles, because we are there. And we are 24 hours online, checking everything that is happening. Because this one, the lady just sent it last night when we finished this program, and then she sent it to us. So even if you too has the same problem, or you have something else that you want us to talk about for people to know, don't hide it. You know what? Hiding secrets or hiding things, pains in your heart, it will kill you. But if you voice it out, you can see what you want, or you can have an advice from some. You know, we have many people that even when they are going through such things, they don't talk about it. But if you send it to us, we will talk about it so that you feel free in your heart and see the truth, and where you have to put your things, how to lie your things in the way that when you are moving, you know, because maybe you are moving to wrong area, you are moving to right area or whatever, you are making mistake, you don't even know. You need directions, and you don't want your name to be mentioned. We are not going to mention your name. We hide your identity.
That's why it's a secret.
We hide. It's a secret. We hide your identity. We will never let it come out. Only that. Please, we read the story and tell, so that people can listen to it and advise themselves with such kind of a thing. When you see something like that is coming to you, you know how to solve the problems. You know. So please, don't force many men to wed you, which they don't have that money. Because ask yourself, if this thing that you're saying is happening to your brother, or your cousin, or your dad, or somebody else that you know, will you be happy? Let's think about some things, please. If this thing, let's take it that this thing happened to you, what are you going to do? Or it happened to a family member of yours. One of your family members have the same problem. What are you going to do? Because don't say that it's not me, so I don't care. Maybe it might be somebody from closer to you, and you see how stressed that you're going to be. So thank you very much for the program, and thank you very much for your support. We will meet next time. If you don't see this program here, you can still go to Joyce Peterson TV on YouTube to go and watch.
Yes.
Thank you for supporting. Bye-bye. We will meet the same time next time. Bye-bye.